Hi, I'm Katie, and this is your YMCA Exercise of the Week. Welcome back to Exercise of the Week. Today I'm going to talk to you about bridging. So bridging is an exercise where we lay on our back with our head, shoulder blades, feet on the floor, and we lift our glutes, our butt off the floor. And some benefits to that are that it's going to strengthen your back chain, your back side. You're going to relieve some tension and fatigue possibly, stretch out your spine, your neck, your chest, and you're also going to wake up your glutes. And I think that is the most important reason to do this exercise. Our glutes are the largest muscle in our body, but they're the most neglected, and we rely on them. They're part of our core. They're also really important for stability, generating momentum, motion, all sorts of things we use our glutes for, but a lot of people don't actually know how to engage their glutes properly. So this is going to be a little wake-up session for the glutes. So what does a bridge look like? Basic bridge. Well, first let's talk about the position you want to start from. So right now I have this space under my back. You can see my fingers wiggle. I want to get rid of that. I'm going to tilt my pelvis up and I'm going to tuck my ribs down. So I've got this nice tight core, sturdy trunk. From there you would press your heels into the floor and pick your glutes up off the floor. So we're trying to get rid of the bend or the hinge at the hips. So right now I've got some flexion in my hips. I'm going to lift and extend and get rid of that so it's nice and flat through here. Okay, so that would be basic bridging. You can press those heels down and lift and hold for a few seconds. If that's too easy and you're already beyond that, we can add a band to it. So another great way to engage your glutes. So you would use the same exact position, but now you're going to push the knees apart and you're going to lift. And you can hold for 4 or 5 seconds, return. When you come down to the floor, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to drop your butt and leave this space in your back. That happens a lot. People just reach for the floor with their rear end and keep their back up. You actually want to tuck and come down with your back rather than just your glutes. Lift and lower. Okay, really important that you do that elevation or tilt of the pelvis and then pull the ribs down. Okay, so again, you can lift and hold for a few seconds. The tighter the band, the more challenging, the more you're going to feel it in your glutes. We can do the opposite. We can squeeze a yoga block. So if you're familiar with the muscles of the core, you may not be. Your pelvic floor is part of that. Your core, your trunk is like a box. You've got your rectus abdominis, you've got your obliques, you've got your transverse abdominis nice and deep, and you have your pelvic floor. So when we squeeze, you're going to get a little more engagement there. You're also going to feel this in your inner thighs, your adductors. So I'm going to hold this like a table, put it between my knees, squeeze, lift. Okay, wouldn't be a bad idea to do both of those. And these bands, I really like the cloth ones because the rubber ones tend to slip and pinch. But these are not hard to find and they're not expensive. Lots of places sell them. And your Y might have them. Another option, marching. So we're gonna lift, hold. I'm gonna bring my feet a little closer together and then keeping my hips lifted, I'm gonna do this slow march. And then your last option would be to incorporate single leg. So leg up in the air or knee tucked, lift, lift. You might even want to hug this knee. That keeps you from being able to arch your back. If I pull this knee towards me, I can't arch my back at the same time. As soon as I pull this knee in, it forces me to get rid of that arch. So you could do your single leg like that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different options for bridging. I highly recommend that you try one of them. Start with the most basic, work your way up, incorporate those into your workout.